5 of the Fusewrights Union, a perfect episode start with no technical difficulties or accidental mutings whatsoever.
No, nothing happened.
Nothing bad happened. Just like nothing bad happened last session. Just like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I figured it out. The stream was not muted on my end, and it confused me greatly.
Oh, the echoes. Echoes in the ghost field.
I just did it because you restarted the stream and unmuted it.
And now
no, you never restarted anything. That didn't happen.
No.
There is no restart in Bossing Say.
Yeah.
Okay, we got all of Avatar on Blu-ray from Christmas from my partner's mom, and we watched all of it, but they just released it on Netflix, and it's... What was even the...
I thought they keep releasing and unreleasing and then re-releasing it on Netflix.
I'm not going to rewatch all of it immediately again in the span of 2 months is the thing. But now it's on Netflix. They added it to Netflix, but I'm not watching it. I just watched it 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I ever not. It's worth it. Sorry.
Well, do you have the little? Is it like a box set, right?
Yeah, we got the whole box set.
Nice.
Is there special features? Because I'm a whore for special features.
Okay, yeah. Let me know what special features. If they're good, we'll YouTube them. We'll find them on YouTube and watch them.
I have not watched the special features.
No, we still need season 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you care for the games Ratchet and Clank, on YouTube there's a series where some of the original developers played through the entire original trilogy of Ratchet and Clank with commentary.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Commentary.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is... I played a lot of Ratchet and Clank. So
I have been playing through Ratchet and Clank again for the 10th time. It's great.
Mm-hmm. I fell back into RimWorld with mods.
With mods.
I currently have an orc Jedi who lives with a goblin necromancer.
Wait, how is this Ratchet and Clank related?
I'm just saying the game I fell into.
Oh, okay. Video game. But this is... I don't remember orcs and necromancers in Ratchet and Clank. Unless the later games
gotta get that DLC.
Wild.
I think the later games might have had something that was a metaphor for orcs and necromancers.
As long as they all have sheep guns, it's fine.
Yes.
Listen, RimWorld is like the new Minecraft, where it's
there
like
a gun where you can turn someone into a sheep?
Probably.
You can mod a gun in that does that. I'm 1000% sure someone can do that. You can mod anything into that game.
It's like Minecraft meets Dwarf Fortress, isn't it? Or something.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Oh god, that sounds.
But with
like
an actual UI.
This is a bad decision for me. Where can I buy this game?
It's really good. You can totally
you listed the 2 games I have spent too many hours in, and then it's like both of those with a UI, and it's like
it's got a great UI,
That's funny because
many different goals.
I've been playing Sky Factory, so yeah, I might pick that up too, because Sky Factory is getting fucking annoying with all the repetition of farming.
But have you had a dwarf make oyster biscuits, and that's all they do for a month? And no, you cannot tell them to stop. They refuse. They have been struck by inspiration. Randomly generated inspiration.
There's inspiration in RimWorld also. It just makes them better at certain tasks.
Inspiration of Dwarf Fortress means they decide to make something, and all they do is make that thing until they get uninspired by no control of your own.
Inspiration seems like the worst in Dwarf Fortress, but
you
also
get weird
really
stuff.
Funny.
It's really funny. Mithril also drives dwarves insane.
Of course.
If you mine Mithril, it's like uranium. They get sick and insane.
Mm-hmm. I would, as a button end to the RimWorld thing, it's if you combined Dwarf Fortress, a little bit of Minecraft, and what's that game? The prison one. What's it called? Prison Architect.
Prison Architect.
Yeah, it's you combine the overhead of Prison Architect with Dwarf Fortress sort of management. I haven't played a lot of Dwarf Fortress, but you also have to mine materials and get off the planet.
Oh, that's the opposite of Dwarf Fortress.
You want to dig deeper, delve greedily.
Dig deeper, build a fortress, build an army.
Yeah, you could also just do that, right?
Okay, good.
You could just do that. You don't have to get off the planet.
Oh, cool.
There's bad guys you fight.
I want to rule the said planet with my...
Excellent.
There's a mod for that.
I have resumed because of the update. I started playing New World in Terraria, and it was mostly this morning. I played a bit yesterday as well. My finger hurts from clicking to mine so much. I haven't even been doing it for that long. My finger just hurts. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I can't even hold. I tried holding the mouse button, didn't do anything. I have to click it over and over and over and over again to mine.
Did they change that?
Maybe I'm misremembering.
You will never be a master of idle games.
I should try that again. Either way, it was my finger hurts from playing Terraria. Not even that much.
You gotta make your finger jitter.
No, you build a robot that's just a little lever that goes down and presses the key.
But I need to move the mouse too. That's the thing. So each square to mine it. But I'm playing on expert mode because I played so much of the original one.
I don't know why you insist on doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
Every time you say, like, I'm playing this game, but I'm playing it on the hardest mode, so I can't finish it. It's like,
yeah,
that's all.
I am getting through it, but I've died about 12 times so far.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of like a glutton for punishment in video game Spence, because you also really love like all of the Bloodborne games and all of the Dark Souls games.
I like the Dark Souls games.
I just like having fun with games.
I've never played Dark Souls. I'm going to start it.
Not being beaten into submission by them.
But if you can beat them back, show the game. It depends on the game. Some games I don't care about higher difficulties, but if they're what did I prefer? Dark Souls, you don't have difficulty settings for that.
Dark Souls is the difficulty
Dark
setting.
Souls doesn't. Yeah, Dark Souls tells you how difficult it's going to be. I usually don't actually do max difficulty. I usually do like just medium well done. That's what it is. That's my difficulty preference.
Normal is what games are.
I want like
normal too easy.
I want like a what's it called? Like a graphic that is, there's a graphic for like how well done your meat is by like how like there's like you do this for this cooked, right? I want that, but for video games. It's like if your game looks like this, it's really hard. If it looks like this, you're gonna be okay.
I want a difficulty rating on games, a standardized skill cap.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the best difficulty systems don't have hard or easy. They have like you can adjust several factors, like in Dishonored and Prey and stuff like that. It's here's the parts of the UI that make things easier, and you can disable those. Here's things of the enemies you can like increase or decrease damage, health, awareness, like things.
I get that. I don't want any of those. I don't want any of those options. I want the games to have the difficulty clicked in, and then a number on it that says it's this hard.
One of my favorite things with Arcane Studios games is to disable most of the UI, even health and thing, because there's sound effects that'll tell you and graphics that'll tell you how, and then just like I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna have to look at the sign that's there to see where I'm going, like a person would, or things like that. And the maps are well made enough that is not only possible, but it feels natural after like a few
hours. So it's just a well-designed game.
Yes, with a well-designed game, I like to disable a bunch of the UI that is extra.
Just give me the easiest setting and let me play the story.
That's fair.
I prefer the opinion the UI should be part of the game. So if you are going to have a UI, you make it necessary for the game to play it, and if it's not necessary, you shouldn't have it. It's one of the two. Either the UI is part of the game, it's part of the visual experience, or the UI is unnecessary.
The big gray area there is accessibility for people who are audibly or visually impaired.
Oh yeah, no. Accessibility is its own thing. Including accessibility features are great and good, but the games will have UIs and they're not toggleable, or if they are toggleable, like yes, that toggle is fine, but if the game can be played without it, then it seems like the UI wasn't needed to begin with for
that
normal.
Does depend. Yeah.
Or if you would like it to be more accessible, then cake it in and make the AI more valuable as a tool to justify it for everyone to use an AI.
Yeah. I'll be right back just a sec.
The teacher's gone. What do we do?
What do we do?
Quick,
what's
change
our next
everything
job?
on your sheets.
Find our next job, like real fast, and we don't say anything. We just start.
Just put in a bunch of rolls. Be like, now we have 40 coin.
Hold on. And I don't have my character sheet. Hold on. And
We should all be desperate so you can mark XP.
hold on.
I rolled engagement. We can't.
Nope.
Extreme effect. Desperate. Not even going through. No.
Let's do this with +6 dice. Wow, there's no 6s in there.
Wow.
You're not good at
That's
this game.
rough.
Hello.
Don't worry, we killed the Emperor.
Okay,
Get
good.
it.
Sorry about
That's
that.
a- that's a crit right
He
there.
was just about to show up at the base, so glad you got him first.
Wow.
He fell for the classic trick of the shotgun trap at the door.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, shotgun door.
So last session, our genuine first recap of last session, you guys succeeded the mission, but also things went terribly, terribly wrong.
But we succeeded.
But we succeeded.
After things went terribly, terribly wrong.
Whose fault is that?
Not
I
mine.
suspect
it's
that
not
there are a few different answers to that, depending on the person.
Yeah.
No plan survives first
Um,
contact with the enemy.
Who built a magic robot? Was it me? Wasn't me.
The Phoenix went off and started shooting at people because because he commanded his bird to go fly over to them, and then they had his bird.
Not people. Let's be clear.
Our spirit
I've
wardens,
shot
not
at
people.
The class traitor spirit
Class
wardens.
traitor spirit wardens. Yes. Yeah, you guys tried to rob the spirit wardens. You guys did rob the spirit wardens
Yes.
after barely holding off the the hull that was in there, and you dealt literally no damage to it that lasted. It shocked all of you. It dealt pretty serious harm to you guys with its electric attacks and its built-in sword and ridiculously fast movement and heavy armor plating and so forth. But you held it off, grabbed the loot, got out of there, and I believe Hicks also grabbed this
It's like
bottle
a vial.
of shifting goo or slime or something that's sealed with an arcane rune in it, and next to it is this big sign that says "Don't touch this." Basically,
Yes, I have goo.
yep.
Listen, some of us took physical
Like
wounds.
demon goo.
I took emotional wounds because I'm one
And
tick
pretty
away.
soon
from
we'll
falling
find
out.
out
Yes.
what this
Yeah.
goo.
Give us
Pretty soon-
one scene and you'll
Yes.
have physical wounds.
We'll see what this demon goo does, but poured directly down the Phoenix's throat.
I can tell you what that's
When
gonna
the
do.
DM does
It's either gonna tick this final clock, or it's gonna start a clock of the Phoenix dies of Quicksilver poisoning, and it's one tick.
It's a one-tick clock.
So yeah, we finished the job, but we didn't do the end of job stuff. So we're gonna do that now.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wanted to
Well,
check
like
with you guys. I had been between the sessions. I had calculated it all. I have rolled entanglements, but without telling you what it is, do you want to use what I have rolled, or do one of you guys want to roll it, or do you want me to tell
Reroll.
you what it is?
I think we want to roll it because
Yes.
I feel like
We
Okay.
earned it.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I rolled double ones, so I guess you're not getting the lowest result on the table. I'm not kidding.
Nope, we're rolling for our own fate.
All right, cool.
I just did want to remind everyone we did level up. We took a crew advancement, so that means
Yep.
we all add 2 to our
we
stash if you
talked
haven't
about
already.
that at all.
We did.
What? Yeah,
We-
you
we-
guys
no,
decided to
we-
choose patron. I
Yeah, we
thought.
decided at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patron.
Because it
Uh,
worked, it made sense.
yeah.
Sherlock is now our patron.
Yep.
Yes.
Which
Cool.
leads me to the question that ranking up in tier, I can't find that as a definitive action. When does that happen?
As soon as you gain the rep, I believe. So at the end of the
So-
job, but before the rest of the downtime. The first thing that happens
Okay.
is rep and coin. So you rank up then. You tier up. When you get the rep, you have 6 rep for this is what you get. You also gain 4 coin
Okay, hang on. I gotta.
in payment.
Can we just walk through it step by step again? Because
Yes.
that thing is...
That's the first
Yeah,
step.
so six
Rep and coin.
6 rep, 4 in gives us dings us up for rep. So there's 2 left over.
Yep.
Which means
That carries over.
tick up a tier, and there we go.
Yes. So you guys are now at tier 1 weak hold.
It
Is
takes
there
8 coin. It takes 8
there.
coin, right?
It takes 4 coin because we got patron.
Yeah, we got
Which
8
half
4. So we ignore the coin. We don't add any coin from this mission. We just spend it all.
Remember,
on...
you have your extra thing that gives you +2 coin, and that's not included in this. So you actually got 6. So you still get 2.
Wait. What gives us +2 coin?
Your asset that you have. Don't you have that?
Show of force to socialize.
Oh, it's
Plus
only
2
show of
coin.
force to socialize. Okay. I didn't know
Yes. This was not either of those.
that. Okay.
Right. Wasn't intended to be, at least.
And it was definitely neither of those things. That this was not a show of force.
It was neither a show of force
Okay.
or a socializing event.
So effectively, instead of Skurlock paying you, you're setting up a patron relationship with him.
He's getting us our own power line.
Yes. Yeah. He decides that he gives you a contract for how to pay your utility bills.
When we come home from dropping off his box, there's a work crew there installing our own power line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And one guy with like 75 extension cables going, Jesus. Throwing them away.
You guys haven't blown up yet.
Precisely.
And then we go, buddy, you have no idea.
Oops.
There's like a jerry-rigged, like, extra transistor, like, lashed to the power line as it stands now, so our fuses don't all blow.
It's not even that. It's literally just like an extension cord plugged into an extension cord, plugged into a power strip that we plug into.
Yeah, it's bad.
So
We have our
on
own
the
power
factions, because of your patron will not have a -1 with you. Set it to 0. It won't be above 0 right now, but it is a 0. It is a pure
Skurlock's at
neutral
0.
business relationship with Lord Skurlock right now.
Okay.
But we did get 4 coin out of that total.
We spent it all immediately.
You spent it all to Reka.
Yes, but we had 4 coin before, so we
Yes,
spent
so
that
that's
4
been-
coin,
that's been
got
done.
4 more coin.
Yeah, we add no coin.
Okay. After payoff, which is both of those, are heat. So I looked at everything for heat, and you guys will get 4 heat, loud and chaotic. For some reason, there were multiple gunshots and everything like that.
I mean,
I'd like to argue the Phoenix gains 4 heat.
And the Phoenix is part of your crew.
And
There's
we as a
no
crew,
individual.
and we as a crew gain 2 heat.
I will keep
For a
the
contained-
circumstances of the heat in mind for when entanglements come up
Good.
and how people react. I'm sure you will too.
I most definitely am.
All right.
All right, so 4 heat for that.
4 heat plus 1 because the situation did happen on hostile turf.
5
Who were
heat.
we hostile with?
We were -1 with the Spirit Wardens when we went into this.
Yes, and now it is no longer -1.
They 0. They like us better.
Sure. No, the Spirit Wardens, your rep with them goes down to -2. They don't
Right on the
inherently
border.
know who you are, but if like they're still like they're looking for you, they want to know who did this and to enact their revenge.
They will crush us. That's what we're saying.
Yes. The other thing is you get -1 with Spirit Wardens. You also will take -1 with the Dockers unless you spend 1 coin to pay them off.
I will. I'm all for paying off the Dockers.
Do you want to take that out of the crew or pay it out of yours? Or
I would like to take it out of the crew.
I'm fine with it coming out of the crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sounded like you were volunteering at first. I was just making sure it was.
No, I'm
crew cost,
volunteering.
not Hicks
I'm
cost.
volunteering, arguing about it.
Can you guys
No,
still
I'm
hear me?
fine paying it.
Okay.
yeah, I'm fine with
Windows
the
is saying my
Dockers.
mic just started being weird, but it's good.
All right, so we're down to 3 coin in the stash, or in
Yep.
not the stash, in
In
the
the
crew.
The crew fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vault there is
all
looking
right.
real useful.
So, who would you guys like to volunteer to roll entanglements? I believe, how much heat are you at right now?
We are 2 away from wanted.
Okay, how much
So
is
that's,
that? Which entanglements table will
1,
you roll?
2,
7.
7.
Okay, so the highest table. All right.
Do you want me to roll
now
it?
tier
It's probably
1,
one on me.
but tier is not wanted level, so you're rolling on wanted level, which is still 0 for you. So, who would like to roll 2 dice and take the lowest?
Do you guys want me to do it?
I would. I would like you to do it.
Yep.
I think there's
Go
consensus.
right ahead.
Yep. You do roll the double sixes.
So 2 dice take the lowest, so just number of dice 0 for the fortune roll, right?
Yes. Why are those
Yeah.
being weird?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to mess with not everyone's camera is working entirely correct. It's still mostly visible, but I'll fix it while you guys do that.
Okay.
3.
All right. So, you're lower. Gang trouble. That's the wrong one. Flipped or interrogation.
What?
So that's the same one I rolled. So I had an idea.
Oh.
My idea, and this is a suggestion, I think. Do you choose or do I choose? Doesn't say, I think, does it?
Uh,
Yeah, it's probably a table. We'll just call it a table choice. We're not above screwing ourselves here.
No.
Yeah.
We are not.
That's fine. Yeah.
So my idea is that Zaid's assassin friend didn't show because he flipped. He's now
Oh,
for someone
no.
else.
Oh.
Is that your
That's
like marked favored one or not?
No, he was just some rando.
Okay.
He was like the neutral one.
Then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That
like
sounds
this.
Right.
So yeah, I think you like he's an assassin. He's not going to just tell everyone who he's working for. But I think when you later on Zaid, when you go to find out like what's your deal, you never showed. He's not where he's not where you met him before. He's not at his usual hangout spot. And then asking around, someone else tells you like, yeah, like maybe a few hours after you met with him, someone else approached him with what seemed like a big offer. There's no details. They don't know, but that person like is now working for that one, and you can find out more if you want to get them back.
I would like to add on to this. I do know the person. It's Costa.
Costa? Oh, okay. I like that even better. Cool. Just write that down. That's the same Costa who's working for the Imperial military, like as contract work.
The bounty hunter. She hired the assassin to start looking for the Phoenix.
Costa hired Steiner to find the Phoenix. Does Steiner know, like, Steiner then, I assume, does he know you as the Phoenix or know you as Zaid?
Just Zaid.
Okay. Cool. There we go. So that happened. And that is, they're not, you don't know how to contact them anymore by default.
That's fine.
Wait.
Can I still contact Costa though? Even though they're a negative contact? I thought you have access to them.
They're working for someone else, is what it is.
Okay.
And so that is all. You could probably
just make them a negative contact?
Yes, I'd say make them a negative contact with Costa. And then we're on to downtime. Do you guys want to have a talking it out thing before downtime?
Just a little.
Okay, cool. So you guys have parked your boat, dropped off yourself with Lord Skurlock. Got the cable guys have got everything together and packed up, and they say that it's all set up. It should be good. They flip the light switches and they're working. They leave, and it's just you four. Zaid, I think you got home after everyone else. I think because they took the boat.
Yeah,
so,
there might be like a way to come in through the top of the tower, so that's probably how he comes in.
Who's waiting for him?
I probably grind like sitting in a dark room at the table, like at the head of a table, waiting.
Do we just want to do a meeting? We're all there.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just like everything's quiet, and then someone like turns on a light bulb, like that everyone's sitting there. It's
well,
like
what I think it is Zaid walks into a room and he sees Grind sitting at a table, and then from behind Zaid you hear a chair being placed down, and Hicks pushes him into the chair, like sit in the middle of the room kind of thing.
Adric comes in from the other door.
Oh, you guys made it out.
Yeah, we made it out. No
That's
thanks
good.
to certain people that abandoned the compatriots in the middle of an operation. For what?
Well, I had to go chase down the spirit wardens and provide a distraction.
That was not part of the plan.
The plan was door, get the goods, get out. Not play tag.
Right, but plans sort of change as the situation changes.
Yeah, interesting thing about changes during a plan. We happened to get into that room, and there was a giant fucking robot with lightning for hands. It was not
I point
pretty
to
for
my
us.
lightning wounds.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
You
neither
weren't
did
there?
we.
You're in the wrong fucking room.
Listen, none of us could have seen lightning robots
You're right.
coming.
So we all go together.
Okay, fair point. But just as if any of you had been captured, I would have went after you.
I think Grant's got to look over at Adric. What's he seeing at this point? Is there any expression on Adric's face? Any?
Oh. Adric isn't watching. He's not actually paying as much attention towards the Phoenix. He's actually swapping his attention between the Phoenix and you. Expression-wise, there's something starting to flicker under there, but not quite yet.
The original plan was take out the guys guarding and sneak in, but then the spirit wardens came around the corner, and we kind of had to improvise. I improvised. Things sort of kept going downhill.
Yeah, they were distracted at the time. But they had. We saw the whole thing with the bird, right? Or were we too distracted?
No, you guys. It happened before. Like, you guys were still outside with the bird, so you could have seen it. It's up to you.
Yeah. You sent your pet in, your friend. Once it was captured, it seemed. And for that, you abandoned all of us to get your bird back. It is my read on the situation.
Well, Varys is part of the crew. He has an integral part of the crew. He allows us to do our jobs without getting any extra heat.
If the bird
Yeah,
cannot,
and go ahead.
If the bird cannot stay safe and effective, the bird stays in your room. The bird becomes a liability. It's not our fault. The bird is an attachment to you and to how you do your job. That's fine. We allow your pets, just like we allow Adric to carry the weapon that's larger than he is, and grind to evil alchemy.
In the future,
gonna speak up at this point and just whirl on basically Hicks there, and you know what? Yeah, he should have been there, or at least like watching our backs like I thought he was. But honestly, right now I couldn't care less. And I'm gonna head to grind on this. If you're going to give an order that puts somebody else's life on danger, you damn well better have a plan to back it up. Its foot stuck for what? A second before electrocuting you? And then you left me holding the bag? I couldn't do a thing against that, Grind.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate circumstance. And,
it didn't feel surprise, it didn't feel fear, it had already stabbed me, and you said to distract it with knives that couldn't do anything against that armored monstrosity. I couldn't do anything. And the least you could have done, Hicks, was follow orders. When I tell you to get out, it's time to get out, not go running around for more boxes. I want to get the job done as much as anybody else, but it's like nobody in this crew has a plan.
Well, we did. It just didn't go the way we planned it.
I mean, no one could have foreseen the robot. That was a real monkey wrench in all of us. Like, no one... I even went there beforehand, and there was no robot. I would have made note of a robot.
Edric, you're correct. Your assessment is right. We all have dropped the ball in one way or another. And yeah, I sent you because you are the most capable. I did not know the capabilities of this monstrosity that we came across. Now we are better prepared.
We should get one.
I am fine with being your tool, and if you point me, I will kill the thing. But
Do you want your own robot?
Damn well know what you're pointing me at, and get your story straight over whether you want it dead.
Adric, you're more than a tool, my friend.
You're an excellent tool.
No. You are an integral part of this crew, and a damn fine man.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to have like a bar mitzvah or something?
And Adric's gonna walk out.
So in the future, I will not send the bird in harrowing situations. I did not know they had a bell that was night time. Next time,
we should avoid this won't matter for a bit because we're going to lay off the ghost cops. We're going to go back to dealing with people in our weight class.
Yes.
Our new improved weight class due to our... I guess we work for Skurlock? I look around to like the electric light we have that's not from a flickering lamp in a corner.
There's an electric light, and now like above our mantelpiece is like a little sigil of Skurlock's like house. Of like
it's probably
him,
like blended in, like it's not obvious, but if you're like, oh yeah, this piece of decoration, this piece of decoration, all together they look like the sigil.
I guess we work for Skurlock? I look around like, I guess we work for Skurlock now?
Better working for him than working in his stomach after he's eaten us.
Yes, evil man.
So I think we've learned a lot from this operation. And let's all go see a doctor.
Before we all leave this room, I wanted to pull Grind aside. So I would like look at him. I say, do you still have any of your professor robes? Like in a trunk somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Because you see this last job?
Yeah.
Do you know when in the school year this last job was?
Thanks for a second. I begin to see a problem, yeah.
My esteemed parents will be coming to call soon. And as useless as they are, they have powerful, rich friends that needn't be involved in all of this. And I gesture wildly to our crime house. So I say, we head them off at the pass. You and your professor robes, and me, I don't know, with some explosion marks on my school uniform. We can go and say we were working on an experiment in lieu of a final. And then they needn't worry or send armed investigators.
Armed investigators?
I don't know. I don't talk to them anymore. They could have gone off the deep end.
I think we should have an in-depth discussion about exactly who your parents are. I thought they were just merchants, but yes, we can placate we can placate your parents in some way. But and Grind seemed a little distracted this entire time, I think, and he's like, yeah, set up the meeting. I have to go. And he like walks off in Adric's direction.
No, I was also wanting to go see Adric.
Actually, Adric is nowhere to be found in the house. My first downtime action would be directly after that scene. Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine. It's a downtime or
But I will
free play thing
definitely be
anyway.
catching up with you guys later.
Yeah. So Decker and I knock on your door and you're not there. Then we cut to you.
Oh yeah, no, it cuts to
I wonder
Adric
where
like
Adric
crawling
is.
out. It cuts from Grind saying, I gotta go see Adric, to like Adric crawling out the back window on a rope made from sheets.
No. Ropes, that's windows, that's heights. We're just walking out the front door. Thanks.
Oh yeah, you're like sneaking out
Thank
something.
you for the distraction, Hicks.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're skulking away, and then we cut to you skulking away, and then we hear from upstairs Zaid like knocking on the door, being like, "Are you in there?"
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, so Adric has headed immediately back to actually where we pulled the job. He is taking a look to find the spirit wardens again, and to see what he can do about reducing heat by getting rid of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting rid of some of the
eliminate
witnesses.
It's the easiest way to get rid of heat. Come on now.
Just follow
He
them
also
home.
has every intention of leaving a crumpled note from Kellen's trivia night, because those flyers have been around for a while, crumpled on the floor by one of them, to pin it on Ulf.
And there is the actual reduction of heat. Killing them would not reduce heat, but killing them and pinning it on someone else.
Wait, who are you pinning it on?
Ulf
Ulf
Ironborn.
Ironborn?
That's a route we can take.
That's the route that Adric has chosen.
I'm just looking at this faction list and all the minuses, and Ulf is one of the ones that's not.
Could we not like?
It was the easiest thing to grab in order to mess someone over.
You couldn't have framed like, I don't know, someone
the only
we
other
don't
real
care
option
about.
was Sherlock. I didn't think that was a good call.
No.
He could have just murdered people.
Yeah.
I was walking by some spirit wardens down the street and they looked at me wrong, so I killed them.
Because it is a downtime action. There's no bad that can come from this.
Yeah, there's no bad way to do it.
This all from this
it all works
immediately. It will reduce heat. That's all I will say. There is no immediate other consequences from this. That's all I will say. But yeah, okay, you're reducing heat, and I think what we see is we probably have it's a dark. There's a dark alley, of course, in Duskwall, which there are many dark alleys.
Is there any light alleys in Duskwall?
No,
there's no, there's not. But I think we just see it is one of the alleys that is also dark. In Duskwall, I believe it was raining earlier. It's still raining. And we see this Spirit Warden. It's just we see the alley. Spirit Warden comes around the corner, sprinting, just running, puffing. He looks exhausted, but he's sprinting, is running as fast as he can. Looking behind him, mask still on. We see the silver bell is still in his belt. It's quite small. It's the same one who used that bell before, and he's running, looking behind him, and gasping. And then I think he gets to the end of the alley, in front of the road, and the road is pretty empty. It looks like it's not a busy part of the thing. He looks around and he thinks he's okay. He's like, okay, I don't see anyone anywhere. And Adric, you just drop on him from above and kill him, air assassinate, or do you pull him behind somewhere he didn't see? Do you just pull him back into the alley? We don't actually see how you kill
I'm gonna go with that one because again, above is a problem. That's
fair. The camera cuts to looking into the alleyway, or it's like a side view. We just see part of him, part way out of the alley, with the wall there, and we just see Adric's. We don't actually see Adric's hand. We just see him disappear, and something pulls him back into the alleyway. And yeah, let's roll to reduce heat. Are you skirmishing or prowling? I think you might be prowling.
This seems like prowl for me.
And
position, nothing that matters.
Yeah,
It's just
I think this is
how
how many of them you find. Is how much heat you reduce.
It's there's a specific list. It's 1 to 3 on the die is 1 heat. 4 and 5
Yes,
is
what I meant
2.
is in the fiction. That's why you.
In the fiction, yeah. How many of them?
The more of them you kill that were witnesses of the 4 that was being shot at, then
heat. There's no bonus dice or anything.
No.
With reduce heat, if you take a friend with you, which you did not, okay, that's still 2 heat reduce. Is that right? 2 heat reduction?
No, 4 is 2, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys lose 2 heat.
Okay. Marked.
Cool.
Right. So I don't think you find all of them. Some of them had already gotten back to base, but you still get probably all but one of them.
One of them is still out.
One of them gets away. And the problem is they're all anonymous. So once they're back there, which is now, it's going to be very difficult to learn who was there.
They will go on to my personal list.
All of the spirit wardens.
Yes.
I'm imagining an Arya Stark list, but it's all spirit wardens. On the
At this point, it's probably just the Duskwall phone book, but everything's crossed off that doesn't need to die. Like there's 4 names crossed off that don't need to die.
But like in pencil, so they can be erased later.
Perfect.
So general question, who needs to heal, and should we just all do that together to make the rolling easier?
I would like the doctor.
I don't, because I'm tough as nails, and I only took a level 1 wound.
And you're a big baby that didn't fight the robot.
I took emotional damage, okay? I almost lost
Apparently so did I, so...
Guess
really
who's
count?
on point from now on? Like you're scout duty from now on. You're opening every door.
I'm a sniper. I'm not a breacher. Okay.
I think your crew might disagree now.
So fucking learn.
You are the wall that holds the enemy swords at bay.
I would like to saw off my fine long rifle to make it a fine shotgun.
I don't think that makes it a shotgun. That makes it a shorter rifle.
It just makes it a short.
It's just a less accurate rifle. Yeah.
Worse. Yeah. It's no longer fine. It's just bad.
All right. So yeah, who you guys want to do? Just like go. Who are you going to for treatment? This is Adric's friend.
Well, I mean, we can't go to Stasia.
Or
Not
just
all
grind. Do you want to just treat people?
I'd rather. Wait, it's my tinker, isn't it? Yeah, I can just treat people.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah. I also have
It's 3 dice.
If you guys want to go to her.
Oh, what would your physical friend be rolling?
Like
she
how
rolled
many
2
dice?
before.
Yeah.
2 dice? Okay, plus so it's same roll anyway.
Yeah, so it's up to you. You could go check out. We haven't seen what has happened to the person who was shot that was dropped off there by Zaid. Remember, you took the person who was shot. The civilian. You took her there. We haven't seen anything since. You traumatized out. We haven't seen her or the victim since.
That seems like a Zaid thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be my stress downtime.
All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So
when Adric gets home, he's heading over to grind.
Yeah. So I'll just roll up 3.
4 because vigorous.
Oh yeah, because you get a bonus. Give a bonus to her.
Yep.
Too.
Position doesn't matter. Effect doesn't matter. Bonus dice 2. Crit.
Crit. So that's 5 ticks on your clock. That is 3. Big.
So I am cleared and ready to be cleared for the damage I don't have.
Nice.
So the second I take that damage,
the second you
that goes
take
away,
the damage, it goes away. So, yep.
Well, thanks anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. If I could, I also have 2 level 1 wounds. As long as we're lining up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the
Ryan
Ryan drugstore, basically.
Yeah, I have been electrocuted by a robot.
And this is just 1 extra die. 5.
That's 2 ticks.
5 is 2 ticks. God damn it.
Sorry, I'd swap with you.
You could visit him again. just come back later and say you need more oxycodone.
Is there a disadvantage for working on yourself? I feel like there should be.
There
think
is.
there
You
is.
take 2 stress.
Ooh, can't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Um,
going out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Seiza said she
go
would
to
treat her
a-
friends. She didn't say she wouldn't treat you, Grind.
Yeah. Shoot. I might spend my last coin to finish this healing because I still want to do something with my parents. And that could be a free play thing.
It's
still.
if you want it to be risk free or not, it's up to you.
Well, it's happening either way, right? Because
Yeah.
the clock filled.
It's just how it's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. The reason I'm trying to set it up is the clock filled, and I feel like we should give that some credence.
Mm-hmm.
Being proactive.
Yeah.
Yep. Reducing the consequences of that.
But
So
yeah,
let's do something next.
I have another healing I wanted to.
You are doing it. Okay.
Okay.
So
we'll do
exact
that.
same roll.
Come on, we're looking for a 4 or 5.
5.
Good. Filled.
5, cool. That fills it. That clears both, right?
Yep.
Yeah, both level 1.
All your level 1 harms go down to 0.
Cool. I'll have one more downtime action, but I'll handle that later.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you have a scar or anything from it, or is it gone?
There were level 1 wounds.
Okay.
And it was
Like they're-
electrocution.
It's up to you if you want to have a cool scar.
There's probably like a big pink mark across like his shoulder and stuff that'll be there for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
But
I mean,
Not like
lightning
a-
does leave really cool scars. Like it's all spidery and
lightning from a tree, lightning from a metal hand probably just looks more like a charred handprint with some spidery like things coming off of it.
Fair. That's fair.
So I think all 3 of us got hit by a different weapon. Like you got ranged hit, Grind got hit with the hand, and I was hit with the blade. So
Yeah, the blade didn't electrocute.
So
It just
it
snapped.
just hurt like hell.
Yeah.
does Hicks's hand mark, does the like spidering spell out the words "we know" like above the hand?
Oh, it just looks like a big pink like burn mark across like his
Yeah.
chest and shoulder area where he got lightninged.
Awesome.
Okay, now going to Stasia, do I still roll or does she roll with extra dice? Because I'm not doing it myself. So
She rolled with the extra
But
dice.
it says that you get it for the crew, so I assume that includes you.
yeah, I'm just wondering if she rolls
You
her
roll with
skill or
extra
if I
dice.
roll I skill if I go
Let me
to
check-
her
let
for
me check
treatment and I'm
Physicker,
not treating myself.
for you. Also, I should now people can see the dice rolls. They were good. Checking the text. Everyone in your crew gets +1 d. Yeah, that includes you. So she would roll with an extra die. Because normally, I think when an NPC does it, you're supposed to roll for their tier or their quality. So you would be rolling 3 dice for her to treat you. It'd be 2 dice base, +1 die because she is a friend or contact still. Plus 1 die
and
because
+1
of-
from.
Yes, you get 4.
Okay,
dice.
so it's 4. Okay, I can do that. I'm just gonna roll Tinker 4 dice.
Okay. If you guys want a Devil's Bargain, let me know. I'm not gonna probably push Devil's Bargains too much in downtime, but there's
That
still a
seems fair.
possibility.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, okay then.
Ooh.
Apparently I stole your luck. Sorry.
That's the last time I treat any of you.
Stasia
So-
cuts us off now.
I guess I'd ask you, because she does treat you still. It's just not nearly as effective. You get 1 tick. Is she just low on supplies because of what Adric stole? Is it related to that at all, or is it something else? Do you think? Is she still kind of passive aggressive about it, but it'll get better?
You know what? No, I think because I want to bring her in. Hang on, let me find the name of this chick. Nightmare. What's her name? Mistress Kember. She's the one that runs the Devil's Tooth.
Okay.
I'm thinking like she chases me out like mid treatment because she heard about what's
it?
going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And maybe Stasia gets a bit in trouble. Not like it's not enough to stop her from treating you, but she's gonna have to sneak you in from now on, or like wait till Kemper isn't there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I
I'll write that
think
down.
we're on to Phoenix for a downtime,
Yep.
or
I don't think Zade's had one.
I'm just going to do my vice, and I think the scene will probably be just standing guard outside of Melvier's place.
Okay.
Because I think because of the bar fight, some people got beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that might have,
but yeah, they did.
that might have sparked some other like anti-scav stuff, right? So he's just Phoenix flying around, and then he's just like on a rooftop.
Right.
Brooding.
Roll to reduce stress. I might have a scene from this as well at the same time if we want to.
Yeah, no way I can overindulge. So I lose 4 stress. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. I'm down to 4.
Nice. Okay. I think it's one of those things where you know she's there, but she doesn't say anything, and you don't turn back. But Melvier's like up there behind, arrives onto the roof behind you for a bit. She's like watching the Phoenix like Vera circle, and after like a few long moments, she says, "Oh, I'm gonna make a roll to see who this person is, who's the victim." So 50-50, 1 to 3 guy. No, there's a thing there. NPCs generality. I'll use the table that they built in. They already have it balanced out. Ambiguous and no. D6. 1. 1 is a man. So, she
Some
says,
dude.
yeah, it's a guy. We don't need more details yet. This is the victim from before. That man, he's stable, but it's it's not looking good. Does she know? Yeah, she obviously we talked about this. She knows.
Yeah, she knows.
It's not looking good, Zaid. You turn back and look at her, and she looks like she wants to say something more, but she's waiting for something. Maybe it's waiting for you to ask, or waiting for. She's thinking about something else, but she has something on her mind about that.
Mm-hmm. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can stop him from suffering?
Infection set in. So, only way to treat that right now, with how bad it is, give him an early grave. Or there is something. Zaid, I could do the same thing for that person that I did for you. If you want.
I still don't know exactly what you did to me.
Won't tell anyone?
Who would believe me if I did?
Okay. I prayed for you to a god that I sometimes dabble in. Their name is well, their name isn't known anymore. It's been forgotten, but they're called the Guardian of the Gates. The mythos and the belief, and that's is that it, they, he, she was once the guardians of the gates of death. I prayed for them to have to like stop you from going through, to have mercy on you. And I think it's a she. She did something to you. She guided Varys, assuming she knows that his name, to you, and bound you two together, and in so doing, you immediately started recovering.
I'll just hold out my arm, and Varys will come and just land on me.
I don't know how it works. This is beyond me.
You're a doctor, not a priest.
Yeah.
Jim, damn it.
And she says, I could do that again. Pray, ask. See what happens. But I think I need another spirit.
Like
something like Eris there is part of it. I don't know if it has to be a Deathseeker Crow specifically or another strange creature. You can bring me one of those in time. Might be able to save him. He isn't too bad right now, but there's nothing I can do but try and slow it down. Maybe 2 weeks. He's lucky.
how many clock like size would that be?
Probably a 4.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. I know it's unbelievable. And I don't know what the effects of it are. But I don't want people to die, and you seem better than fine, honestly.
I'm different.
You're alive. For a doctor, that's what matters.
It's harder and harder. I think he probably told her before, like, they can share senses, and like they have this weird mental connection where he can like hear Varys' thoughts and vice versa. Whenever I look through him, it's harder to pull away.
Great phrasing in chat. She looks concerned. Says, if it's changing or whatever's happening, do you want me to talk to someone and get an expert to look at you? Like a priest?
I mean, if there's an expert in this.
More than me. More than most people.
Like, I don't know if
I don't
him
know
and
any, I don't know any whispers, but I could look for a priest.
Maybe. I almost lost him today.
How?
I'm sure you heard about what went down at the docks.
Rumors. There's a bunch of wardens there. What happened?
I sent him in to do a distraction, and they had this bell that puts the crows to sleep. We were in the middle of doing something, and I had to go save him. He needed me, my crew needed me.
Who'd you choose?
Well, I went for the bird because I thought the crew could handle what we were doing, but then something else came up that they could have used me for. I just got to be more careful.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she says at the same time. Be careful with that one. Looking at this. I think that I don't know what might happen if he dies. What might happen to you? Or if you two are separated, even.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Maybe no more distractions.
Yeah, just scouting.
Take that as some medical advice. Now,
Duly noted.
You need any treatment while I'm here?
I look at the knife wound that I hastily sort of wrapped, but
yeah,
it doesn't hurt.
She doesn't see it, or she would insist on treating it, and so.
Yeah, I just look down and go, nah. Mostly, a stressful situation.
All right, I'll be downstairs, and thanks for looking out for this place.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, we kind of stir shit up.
I wouldn't have a job if no one did that.
Also, another good point. As I just turn around, like pulling the mask back up.
Yeah, and she goes back downstairs.
Let's serve some justice. I just say to the bird before I send him off.
That's great. Yeah. So that is a thing.
Yep. I assume. Oh, yep. There it is. It's probably going to be that. Oh no, that's Ulf Ironborn visits.
What clock are you thinking of? Oh yeah, no, I'm going to set up a new clock.
Red 4 o'clock for dude dies.
Yep. Gunshot victim dies. Will advance on its own. Okay. Cool. So, who wants to go next for a downtime action? Adric, you did both of yours, I believe.
I've done both of mine, but I intend to use a coin to do a third.
Okay. Other people?
Or have retroactively used it, whatever.
Well, my second one, I guess I can do right now. We're tier 1. I want to try making this fucking vitality potion again.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, so how do I do that again? I think it's
So what's the tier required for it? 3?
3. Yeah.
Okay. So looking at crafting.
And so it's there. I have +1 result to my roll.
Oh, that's really good for this.
So yeah.
Okay. You already know the formula?
Yes.
Okay. Then it is by default. Here we go. On a 4 to 5, it'll be tier 1. On a 6, it'll be tier 2. On a crit, it'll be tier 3, but that's +1. So that will help with that. You should be able to. If you roll a 6, you'll make it without having to spend any extra coin.
Mm-hmm.
And if you roll a critical, it'll be extra quality.
And this is a tinker roll, yeah?
Yep. Tinker to craft. We don't have the workshop crew upgrade yet.
Nope. So risk standard. What the hell? Is there a devil's bargain somewhere in the mix?
I think for this Sherlock. Oh, this is Sherlock's now. You guys are.
I have an idea.
Oh.
This little clock here.
I was thinking that, but yeah, that could work for your involvement with Hardcore.
Yeah.
Explosion costs an extra coin?
No, the extra coin would was too much for this kind of.
Yeah. Action. Is there there's got to be an alchemist's faction, right?
The Sparkwrights are the closest, I think.
Are they?
Yeah.
So, do you want to get some stuff with them? Could be +1 heat.
Oh, I don't want to screw with heat right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we got to do some low key jobs.
If someone's if someone's making bootleg drugs, I'm wondering who would be pissed about that.
The Hive.
No, not a tier 4.
It's the first one that came to mind.
Let's just piss off the Emperor himself in order to get this done.
Okay. Well, I'm good with your involvement with HeartCom being exposed, getting an extra tick on it.
Yeah, just because the amount of people you have to go to, they're like, where have I seen that guy before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I gotta go buy supplies and stuff like that. Weren't you that guy in here buying all those drugs to kill a bunch of people?
No, it was testing.
No, it's more like
I was testing if
drugs
something
you
did
need to
kill a
buy.
bunch of people. Don't worry about it.
No. It was only
Okay.
used on rats.
Yep.
So that's 1
Rats
bonus
and
die,
prisoners.
2 tinker. See what happens. There's a 5, so I'm gonna have to spend a coin.
Yep. 1 coin
To
will
get
get
it.
you. You want to?
Yep, it's
All right.
spent.
It works. It's alive. You have it.
It's alive.
You have your healing drought. So, what does it look like when you have it? Like, is it a typical like transparent red tincture in a vial kind of thing? Is it an obvious healing potion or not at all?
I don't think that feels right for Duskball. I think it's like a black and like fluorescent green sort of mixture.
So it looks like it's radioactive.
Yeah,
Is there
it has
Leviathan blood in it?
no, because that's pretty harmful.
Just a drop.
But yeah, I think the black in it looks sort of like it has those specks in it, like the stars in the ocean water. Like it's just very, very void-like with green nebula in it.
Okay.
When you take the void into you,
Indigo, I think you're muted.
Has yourself in it.
I am muted. Is it a drinkable thing, or is it something in a big, gross, old-timey syringe?
Oh, I'm sure it's a big, gross, old-timey syringe. Like,
That's even better.
Yeah, it's one that's like this long, and there's like...
It has to be injected like directly into the liver. Like,
yeah, and there's like a steel cage around the glass vial, and the big plunger. It looks like it'll hurt like hell.
Listen,
yeah, it goes straight to your liver.
Except don't let it touch your skin, because that is
don't let it touch your skin.
The plunger is actually just a set of brass knuckles that you have to squeeze down on, and you can use it in case the patient fights back.
Yeah, okay, so it's
horrifying.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
But it heals you. It's just exceptionally painful.
Yes. Yeah. Like everything in Duskfall.
I assume it's exceptionally painful.
I'm assuming most things are.
Okay. You made it.
Okay, so that's a plus for me. Now, taking that, I can just do that, right? At any point?
To graft?
No, like just to drink it. Like, I can just narratively do that at any point. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not going to bother doing it now. I'm just going to see. Yeah.
It could be a mid-combat.
If you do it mid-combat, it would still be whatever the fiction says, but it wouldn't be a roll to make things worse. It might be if someone's trying to.
I meant mid-job. You could
Yeah, you just need like a few moments to apply it, and then you're good.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for now.
Does it take load or?
It probably would. Yes.
I think it would probably take load.
It would count as a gadget, I think, for sheet purposes.
Yep.
Actually, no. I can put it in my bandolier. It takes a bandolier spot.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Everyone else had a secondary scene, right?
I do have one more to go, but yeah.
I'm going to spend a coin as well for one more, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to spend a coin, but I was going to do it post whenever we do the parent thing. Because I had a dumb idea for my vice.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
I think we're on Edric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So Adric is going to go and indulge his vice, which apparently was not killing people. That was just a secondary helpful thing.
You just do that for fun.
Yeah,
That's
There's a
not
lot
stressful.
more stress this time.
that's
Let
not
me
a
calm
vice, it's a
down and
hobby.
realize that maybe he should, do something
You
else.
can quit at any time. It's fine.
Yes, exactly that.
Well, it's more
So
that it doesn't do anything for him. It's just like, still kind of stressed. All of this, as you wipe your axe clean of blood, like, this didn't help at all.
I don't feel worse.
So Adric's probably gonna go and pick up just a list of different places, of different houses or whatnot from Grace, and he's got the little bandana tied around his wrist just in case he actually needs to use it. Which, by the way, he did steal from your room. By the way,
It's fine. I gotta collect it.
yeah, he's heading down to the docks to just kind of check out and see. Okay, can I find any houses that I want to be using here? Is there anything good? And he's kind of wandering around and finding different houses on the list. And I think at some point he does find a place, whether or not it's on the list or not. I'm not so sure of that. I think I pass that over to...
Yeah. Well, let's roll to reduce stress first, as you're house shopping, going to a bunch of open houses. And
You're following up on
they might not know they're open houses, but they're open houses.
All right. 5.
Nice. Okay.
6.
So you reduce stress by 5. Nice, down to 2. I think you find one really nice house that's sort of it's close to the water, but it's not that close. It looks what would it be? Like their standalone houses aren't a thing in the like alleys of Duskwall or anything like that. But this looks like it used to be once a like small warehouse, which is still quite sizable, that someone had a while ago. One of the nobles decided they wanted to live there a while, renovate it, turn it into a large house, like fence it in and start living there and use the space and have a bunch of their own stuff inside it. They passed away, and now it's being sold sort of as part of their will, being sold to whoever wants to. There's an agent there, but I think that it's perfect for what you need. The gondoliers, and a member of the gondoliers are there, and they're very interested in that house. You can see that they're probably like they might be with you, or maybe they go in right before or right after you to look at the house and have the person like talk about everything here. I think you. I don't think they're hiding who they are. They're like, they're a gondolier or maybe a small group of go in and they start talking to each other about it, and they're also interested in the house, just like you.
This is very likely to happen. How much is it?
To buy it flat out with coin.
Yeah.
There's no clear amount in the game as to how much buying a house is. What I would say for this, probably 6 coin. Or it would be a 6 clock, and you could use a coin to fill each segment of it. You don't have to use coin. You could also use other things that would not be mechanical coin, but it would still be you, like getting assets to pay for the house, or finding ways to reduce the cost, or things like that.
You could tie it unsolved murders in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that would lower the property value.
Yeah, so getting the house would be a long-term project, not
It'll be
so
a
much.
block, yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can just use coin to contribute to that.
Okay.
The idea I have is because we all have 4 coin in our stash right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in order to get the rest of it up, you need 6 coins. So just when you get your stash up to that first tier, that's you having enough to buy the house, which is also kind of like mechanically what stash is used for. When you retire, that's how well off you are.
After you have the house, it will automatically increase in quality with your stash.
Oh, okay.
So that we had talked about this before, Marissa and I, and we were thinking about how would one work with this. And I think this, once you have the manor, the warehouse manor, that is part of it. You don't
So
have to pay any
this
more coin to increase it.
6 o'clock and in some way just tying that stash to this house.
It is both acquiring the house and your personal stash as it increases will increase the house. Every row on your stash is your lifestyle tier, basically, personally, and that will also increase the manners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, if you pull
Lovely.
coin out of stash, it's a 2-for-1. You spend 2 stash to get 1 coin.
1 coin in,
Yeah.
or half a coin out.
Maybe not the best plan.
Okay.
I have my second downtime idea, because you guys are spending coin to do a third one, right?
Mm-hmm.
My other idea is reducing this everyone knows who the Phoenix is clock.
That's not a bad
And I have
idea.
one very important question.
Yes.
Is there photography in Duskfall?
Yes.
There is, but it's like it's recently invented photography. Like you have the like
If there's gunpowder
yeah.
and electroplasmic light and other bullshit alchemy things, photography, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of bullshit alchemy things.
It is not common. This is like an experimental thing. It's not.
Oh no, it's the box camera that you have to have the whole thing in.
Yeah,
it's made
exactly.
it not even transferred to to paper yet. It still might be tin types.
Like, the entire ink rakes might have a camera.
Oh, damn!
Well, I don't think ink rakes because it would be more for like you would get like tin types and stuff. I don't know if they've done the technology to transfer to paper.
Oh, that's true.
Still might be,
they wouldn't even associate it with news at this point. But either way, this is very rarely something that one person owns. This is at this point, it's probably something that if they own it, they're wealthy enough to own it.
Like
they spent
they
money
made it. It's more that they made it. If they own a camera, it's because they made a camera.
Yeah. Okay.
My idea was if photography was like a bigger thing, I would contract through the ink rakes to get pictures of the Phoenix, a la Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and thus reduce.
Okay, that hat.
You could get engravings
has to be
made.
the person who runs the ink rakes.
Yeah,
it's just.
It's gotta be J. Jonah Jameson who runs the ink rake.
Yeah, you could get like
get me pictures of the Phoenix.
Yeah, you get stories of the Phoenix. Like you pay off reporters for stories of the Phoenix doing stuff you didn't do.
Like, I'm seen walking around and like there's a story of the Phoenix doing something. Like I basically want to reduce my clock of everyone knows who I am by like contracting through the ink rakes in some way.
Doesn't want to be famous. I'll make him infamous.
Oversaturate the market with news about the Phoenix so no one knows.
Give them a bunch
real.
of anonymous tips or like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
that
the
makes
plan.
sense.
Fuck with the papers to hide yourself.
Yeah, I think this is probably sway from what I can. But it's your choice. But if you're like convincing them to run false stories or trying to lie to them directly, then.
So okay.
Intimidate them. It's always a good plan.
The plan is I give them fake tips, right? Like, oh, the Phoenix will be here. I show up as the Phoenix, then using Prowl, I quick change and am seen walking down the street.
Oh, okay. It's the Peter Parker and Spider-Man have been seen in the same place, so they can't be the same person.
I'm quick enough where I can get it just right.
Okay, that's great.
This is a dumb plan.
It's dumb.
It is a dumb plan.
Great.
Hire someone to put on the Phoenix suit, for God's sake.
Well, you probably have, like, because there's one tick away.
Why you're doing it a quick train?
Because you're one tick away. Like, Ulf Ironborn wasn't who found you out before, so it might be him or like one of Ulf's like gang members is like following you and like trying to find like, I'm sure Zayd's the Phoenix. I'm gonna go find him out. And then he's the one primarily who's just like,
okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, I would like to Prowl to reduce the clock in whatever finagling way I can do it.
Yes. But the Phoenix was just there. But Zayd is just there. What?
Moving so fast, you appear at both places at once.
Yeah, just pull a reverse flash.
with an outfit
It's more
change
that I'm on top of the roof, right? And the guy sees me like I'm going to jump, but really I slide down like a pole and I do quick change reversible jacket.
How
And then I'm walking.
And you have things like
the alleys
Varys
of-
like flies away while you're still there and he like, but it's going that way because no one would know you have a mental connection with your bird.
Okay. Position effect don't matter.
Nope.
I don't think I want targets.
Okay, I was about to ask.
What is your suggestion of one so I might think it over?
I have two options. One, we finish the clock with your side effect manifests. But two, we start the one tick on the clock. Ulf Ironborn visits.
I'll take that one.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Before you accept, this roll already has no risk. Why are you introducing more risk with no XP attached?
You are right, sir.
You will refuse all devil's bargains.
Never mind.
Well, it's not all, but this one, it's not a risky roll, not a desperate roll, so you don't get XP for that. You're making the roll so after
reduce the clock more, but
It might reduce the clock more. That's true.
That's my argument. Take it or leave it.
Is anyone helping you with this?
Nothing. If you know what, I'm gonna go to my friend Velrus the Spy and have him be seen with the Phoenix outfit.
He's gonna be the Phoenix. Okay.
Yep.
Velrus the Spy is dressed up as the Phoenix, and he's like handing out cookies to the good little boys and girls in Sharhala.
Well, it's more he's seen brooding on a rooftop. It's a good cover because he can be like, "Hey, I'm the Phoenix. I'm not looking at you, Mr. Spy Target, that I have like
that
a contract for."
And they know you're the Phoenix then.
Sure.
I mean, they're a spy. If
he probably already knows I'm the Phoenix, and he's like, "All right, dude."
Yeah.
Okay. He's friends with the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that give a bonus?
Valorous, and we're not really seeing him because he's in disguise. Yes, you get a +1 die. Yeah. Who does he spy for? Like, if he's a spy, then he works for someone, but actually works for someone else, and you know that.
Is he a spy or is he like?
Hang on,
Private Eye.
I like Private Eye better.
Oh, okay.
Like it's spy, but he's like a Private Eye.
Yeah, spy for hire. People hire him when they want to find.
In the war, he was a spy. But because of his spy connections, he wasn't executed.
Okay, so he was like already in Duskwall, like before, and most of the refugees spying on the military and stuff like that. And now he's a Private Eye.
Yeah, now he's a Private Eye because he needs to eat.
Yep. Awesome. Let me write that down.
Does that give me a die?
Yes, it does because he's helping.
Velleris, very close to Varys.
All right.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Does that reduce it at all?
That reduces it by 1.
Cool.
So I think when you do this,
his build is just different.
I don't think it's even that his build's different. It's the guy is like he's one of those people. He's sure you're the Phoenix. He's like he's been foiled this time. If he's like there's some way you managed to fool me. That's someone else. I'll find proof of this. That's his mindset. Like it's reduced by 1, but he's gonna get you.
Yeah, it's like the Phoenix is on the rooftops. This guy's like, and then he sees me sitting on the bench with a paper, and I go,
"Yeah, you're one of the guys who we fought next to at that Ulf's place, right?
Nice.
Yeah, come on over." He's like, "Yeah,
yep,
no, he has like this gut feeling." Perfect.
So dumb. So dumb. One of our party members is
playing a superhero game on the side.
I'm just playing a superhero.
All of us are playing a crime drama, except for you.
Except for the downtimes Batman over here.
Yeah.
Batman and Spider-Man and the Punisher. Like that's what the
is. Basically. Okay. Do we see Hicks's parents next?
Do we do that? I think we can do that.
We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Hicks puts a tie on. He just dresses the same as he always does, in like dirty work boots and like work pants and a white button-down shirt. But he puts on his school tie.
Okay. Brian, are you you're dusting off your old uniform for like school garb?
Yeah,
it's somewhere between like that the full graduation regalia that the really high professors wear. It's somewhere between that and a lab coat.
I was thinking the like old timey professor standard everyday wear because
with the stupid hat.
The stupid hat, and you wear robes every day. Like my dad's a college professor. He used to teach. Like he did a graduate assistant something at some Catholic university in Wisconsin, and he had to wear the dumb robes to be like a TA in the class. Like all of the teachers had to wear the robes, and that's what I'm thinking for Duskwall because it's that kind of like uppity aristocracy soaked. Only the rich get in university, where we wear these. The professors wear these over the top, like old timey robes, and we have to listen to endless boring lectures, and that's why I don't go, because it's not like interesting school, it's listen to the book school.
Okay. So you guys are you just heading over to your parents' place then to like
yeah, it's just like dinner at my parents' house.
Okay. Perfect. So
throw them up because we're not. I'm assuming grind, and I don't want to go back to the university.
Yeah, there's probably like an open invite for you, but they assume you're never going to show up for each like Saturday night dinner or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But if we go back to university, there's no way the ruse would be too hard to keep up. It's like if anyone meets us, they'll be like, you don't work here and/or show up to class here, and it all goes.
So you're an only child. You head over for dinner. I don't think like they're on the cusp of being wealthy enough for a servant. Do they have a servant?
Oh, they have like servants, as in they have the live-in maid, and like
they don't have yeah. Okay.
They have like a live-in maid, kind of like,
but not servant. They wouldn't answer the door for them. Like they'd answer their own doors, but the maid would be in the background cleaning or things like that.
Well, right now she's helping cook dinner. Like that's what the maid's
below the family in Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it's like we have a servant that we pay, and she has a room in the house, and she gets like a night off a week or whatever, and it's that kind of level of servant where it's a well-paid single servant.
Is it the woman who effectively raised you since your parents were off making money?
Totally. It's a better mom than my real mom. I saw my mom at the dinner table. It's like, well, what did you do today, child? Kind of conversations.
I like to imagine the maid is where you've learned your communist sentiment. It's like she would go, okay, little Hicks, time to lay down, and here's the communist manifesto.
I don't think it's that, but the maid might be a Ruvian or something, and that'd be the reason why. It's like, hey, you get to go study abroad. It's like, I know where I want to go.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think you you knock, and you're very surprised. Like I think your father answers the door. You literally see him saying like, "No, we don't want any." Oh, son.
I say father, and I give a little nod.
Yeah, and he's a tall, pretty large, like rotund guy with a very large mustache as well, gray, like graying. Your parents, I'm checking with you right now. Their imagery and some of their behavior could be Dursley-ish.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't have a clear picture of my parents. So
fine. The movie Dursleys.
Saturday night dinner with the Dursleys. Wonderful.
But the Dursleys, if they never had Dudley and only had Harry, basically.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's not that they don't like me; it's that they rich parent like me. Where it's they expect me to hold up.
I imagine they're more looking and have the personality of the Dursleys, but they treat you differently. And
yeah, they have the rich kid expectations that I don't hold up to. So that's why they're mean to me, not just because they're horrible parents like the Dursleys are.
True. Yes.
Like they're horrible in their own right, but the Dursleys are just cruel.
The Dursleys are abusive to both of their kids in different ways. Anyways.
Yeah. Besides the point, we don't need to.
We don't need to start dissecting. Yes. Hicks. Yeah, your father is like, son, good to see you.
Son, I hope you don't mind. I brought my professor. I brought my professor over for our Saturday night dinner or whatever. Like I have the right name for the dinner. I just don't know.
Yes.
What event?
No, I had heard there was something going on at the school, and he like gives you Grind a look like, are we going to talk about what I think we're going to talk about? Like he a knowing look.
I think Grind just smiles like as brightly as he can, which is forced, very forced. And he puts out his hand. He's like, Mr. Herr Kiel, your son is something of a wunderkind. It seems very useful in my endeavors.
Come in. Just gotta get you out of the rain. And it's usually raining.
As you're walking in, I was like, I must commend you on a very well-raised boy. Infinitely useful.
He's getting a bit flustered at this, like, thank you. It gives, you're not sure how much of it is confused and how much of it is proud look at Hicks. He definitely wasn't
and it's just
that.
like, I'm not letting him recover from the fumble. It's just a constant press of like, this kid is awesome.
Okay.
And when it cuts back to Hicks, he's sitting on some little bench in the foyer, like taking off his muddy work boots and just kind of leaving them strewn in the entryway.
Son,
he begins to walk into the house.
Son, those shoes go outside, with the dirt. Let the rain wash it away, then bring them in.
Yeah, I just do it, but
yeah,
the fact he has to ask
is itself. Yeah, he's like, we've done this 100 times. Yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, you guys, you go inside the like nice dining room. Your dad lets your mom know we have another guest. Let's bring out Hicks is home. Let's bring out 2 extra plates for dinner. Your mom is also happy to see you, a bit cold like usual, maybe a bit more so than usual again, until she is probably also taken aback by the barrage of compliments that you're getting.
Also, I don't want to say blatant, but there's a little bit of flirtation going on with the mother. Just
she's like, oh my. Yeah. That's great.
I brought HR Krieger to dinner.
You're flirting with the literal ghost of your dead wife very close by.
Yes. Your maid and your caretaker, basically, is probably what they'd be called. Is
au pair.
Also very happy to see you. They're probably the one who I don't think they knew or were informed about all these shenanigans with your classes. So she's asking questions about how class is going.
When I'm lying through my teeth.
And she's only asking, she's still being polite. She's been here for she's had this job for 20 years. She knows how to act and how not to act. So she she's not sitting at the table eating with you, but she's standing there. She's refilling drinks as needed. She is asking questions when it is appropriate. And but I think at one point, as after dinner is finished and before dessert is served, your dad very intentionally puts his cutlery down on the plate, I have something to say.
We're done eating now.
Yeah, we're done eating now. So, son, he looks between both of you. We were contacted by the school, and they told us that your grades had been slipping. They said that you never showed up to your final. They're very worried about you. If I'm going to send you to that, and he stops for you, you're a professor. He stops.
Yeah, I try to butt in and I'm afraid that is somewhat my fault. Your Hicks has proven invaluable in some of my research, and we got a little sidetracked during finals week. We were on the verge of something remarkable, yes, I understand. We got a little carried away and he missed his final, largely due to me. I am working to smooth that over with his other professors and get him credit for the lab work he has done.
Okay.
Father, we are researching and proving science to be more valuable than simple lectures.
Yeah, son has the makings of a Sparkwright. Could be a very well-known name if he is allowed to flourish. Given space, you see.
Hicks, I was hoping one day, if you matured and with a little time and some lessons learned, you would one day take over the business.
Your business. This is not a merchant in front of you. This is a mind that I have never seen before. It must be nurtured, not mired in bookwork and numbers.
Could you guarantee a job offer from the Sparkwrights as soon as graduation is finished?
I could guarantee something in the field, yes. Not necessarily with the Sparkwrights. They like the people to be apprenticed first and trained.
But
once Hicks proves himself...
What?
Sorry, I missed that.
He said, isn't that what you're doing now, basically? Like, you're not with the Sparkwrights, but isn't he being trained now?
Yeah, but the Sparkwrights have their own selection process. I could guarantee some kind of work in the field, possibly with the university.
Father, there are other unions of skilled craftsmen out there. The Sparkwrights are not the only ones making a name in the technological.
He's chewing his lip like he doesn't like this, but it's not that. Yeah, I think let's this is the time for that roll to get him off your back. Might be like, this is unacceptable. Well, I mean, it's not a failure; it's a downtime action, so it's how much.
Oh no, this one there's failure. I wasn't spending the coin. This was like I was doing a free play thing, and then I had a tack on for my last downtime action.
Okay, so this is free play. So yeah, okay.
Yeah,
in that case,
I would like there to be consequences for my failures for these actions.
Yeah,
so
he's chewing this over like
downtime.
He doesn't. He's not sure. Let's see what way he decides. And if it's a free play, I could see either of you two making that roll, and the other one helping. Or you can make it group action if you wanted.
If I had known it was free play, I would have reduced my stress first, because if I help, I'm traumaing out.
Do you want to make it and have Hicks help?
If we can...
Or do you want a flashback to reduce stress?
I mean,
not
I can retroactively
flashback.
just indulge the vice. It's not much of a scene anyway.
Okay.
I mean, it's just Grind helping out in...
Yeah,
in
sorry, that's why I was trying to push it as far back as possible, because I wanted to, like, do it in free play explicitly, because I wanted consequences if I failed.
Okay. So yeah, this will be free play. Let's pause this. Get back to it after. It would not be. It's not going to cost stress for a flashback for this, because this is weird.
All right. So do you just want me to indulge the vice and we'll skip that scene, or did you have something planned?
Check if I have anything in mind for that, and if I do, it'll probably still be after the scene is over, and we'll just come back to it. So yeah, I think let's indulge stress. I'll tell you afterwards if we're.
Okay. 5 down.
Nice.
Goodbye. Down to 2. Okay. Now I can help.
Oh, cool. I would appreciate help. It was not required. It was more the big thing I wanted Grind for was to give my claim some sort of some shred of legitimacy involved. That look, there's a real professor here, and I'm not just in a gang, Mom.
It's not just
I
a
love
phase.
the fact that Grind has still not lied about anything yet.
Okay. So who wants to make the roll out of you two then?
I can roll.
I'm helping. He's rolling.
Perfect.
I am swaying my father to calm.
Yeah. Swaying to like, all right, it's a different path than I expected, but he's obviously still being lied to, but he is going to not watch you as closely or think like, all right, I guess you will. I guess if the arts professor says you have a future, then you can take your arts degree and I guess you'll get a job with it.
But arts professor
it's not an art. Yeah, in this case, it's literally science.
Crazy scientist.
Yeah,
but that's
he
not
wants you to get a business degree, but you know.
Yeah, he wants me to get it. Yeah, he wants a business degree, not radical science.
Yeah,
he wants the MBA, not the what's like an artsy degree. I don't know.
It would be like a bachelor's in like chemistry or something would the actual degree be, but like this tack of mad sciencery being the future is kind of like a new idea because the old ways of producing an industry and business are still very, very much par for the course.
Exactly. Okay, then let's make that roll. Devil's bargain idea here. I don't have any other clocks going for you right now.
Something to do with the maid?
Well, I think we might start a new clock.
Or my inheritance.
I think the maid finding out what you're really up to is interesting.
Ooh, that's.
I think
We'll just
the devil's
expand
bargain
this.
is the maid knows what's up. She doesn't tell your parents, but she finds out the truth later.
I'll take that. Maybe the maid reads the news and my father doesn't, kind of thing. Like,
or he doesn't read that news. Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't. He doesn't read news from Char Hollow and Crow's Foot. He reads news of the capital.
Exactly.
He just reads the stock market. The business page of the newspaper that has like the stock prices. That's all he cares about.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. That's the devil's bargain, and you have a help die. I think this is risky. I don't think this is desperate.
No, not yet.
And I think this is normal standard effect.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that bonus die. So that gives me 2 bonus die total.
If you want to push it to desperate, you can for that sweet XP.
You are correct. But I will leave it as
it flow through you.
Oh, I don't know what desperate.
You've got a lot of dice.
Desperate, and so right now, if you fail on risky, he's gonna put his foot down and be like, "No, I want like he's not gonna in standard on a fail or risky on a fail. He's gonna put his foot down. He's gonna like say, "No, I want my son in there," but he won't become uncivil. If desperate, this would be like he causes a scene at the dinner table with like this, and then he's gonna like follow up on it later with calling the school, and he's gonna find out exactly what you've been up to on a desperate. On a risky,
I figured it was gonna be like, you're staying here, you're going to business school, we're taking you out of that fucking university and putting you where you should have been all along. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, on desperate, he's gonna start like he's just gonna start immediately acting tonight to
cut off.
Bring you, yeah. But on risky, I think
you can sneak out like a real teenager.
What the XP?
With risky,
is it worth
fail,
1 tick?
He is still going to get. He's still going to be like. I think there's going to be a compromise of some sort, basically on a 4 to 5 or on a 1 to 3. It's just his thing, and he's going to want like. He's gonna want you to stay in the university, but switch classes. So, like, he's gonna say like, no, I'm paying for this school. He's gonna say to you, Grind, like, I want my son switch to this course, like immediately, and he will check up later to see if that's been done, stuff like that.
So here's my counter proposal. Here's my desperate counter proposal. I would like, for great effect, to withdraw from the university to pursue mad science.
If you succeed, you're just gonna like,
Dad, I am pursuing mad science and taking the next semester off.
Like the great success on that desperate is if you make it. It's like
I'm taking an internship.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting an internship. I don't think he'll be happy about it, but he'll just grumbled acceptance.
Yeah,
great effect.
To give me a semester where he's not bothering me about classes.
That is
big risk, big reward.
Yeah,
that's
the clock off the table for the whole.
That's semester. A desperate play, right?
Do it.
Okay, you say that, and then he might just snap, but he might just, yeah.
Boopity boop. Bye.
All right.
It happens.
It happens.
But
with desperate, I have a few ideas for this. This doesn't have to be the same thing.
I mean,
my idea. Someone to check up on whether or not the lab is actually going.
He comes to check up on your work.
It's not going to reduce. It's not going to just like yes, but also he doesn't agree later. Like he agrees that you're taking that internship, and stuff like that. So I think if you crit that, he probably would have given you like a starter fund.
Pulling all funding.
Yeah. Yes.
No. Here's my idea. He's a businessman, so he wants to be invested in the business that you're interning at, and he wants to know about it. So he's gonna go picking into our crew He's gonna go looking into the
I think
union you mentioned.
I think it's not that he goes looking into the crew. He won't, like, I don't think you'd tell him about that. But he wants, like, there's gonna be two things. One, he wants you home for dinner every week.
Ugh.
But that's not
Like
desperate.
your mother,
That would be
like your
risky
mother
consequence.
misses you. You gotta come home for family dinner more often.
We only see you when you need laundry done. You
And
really need
two,
to hang around.
I don't know if you
Mother
know
looking like
this,
better.
but I'm gonna say 2 will be a twist. It turns out your caretaker might have contacts with the Red Sashes and heard this whole thing.
Do I have to get to an emotional scene where I stab my childhood nurse?
She doesn't tell anyone, but maybe later. Later we'll see her.
emotional?
She passes off all this information about like she knows who you are. Obviously, she passes.
She notices me and Grind.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, all right, okay, these guys. This is what's up. This is what they told." Like, she didn't really tell them about the parents thing. The Red Sashes wouldn't care about that, but she's like, "All right, here's what I know of them." Even though she knows you, she's protective of you, but also maybe less than you thought.
Yeah, I haven't been
Her
around.
people come first.
Yeah, so I'm going to start a new
That's,
clock.
that's totally the big rich kid betrayal. The person who was paid to take care of him
was actually also is
having their own life beyond the paying to take care of.
Yes.
My idea is that she does care about you, but since we funded the opposite side of that war, like her husband might have died, and she swore vengeance on those who killed him.
Okay, Red Sashes, and I think the clock for this and what the Red Sashes will do with this is... Oh, you already work with the Lampblacks, so I'm just gonna say the Red Sashes make a move. That's what it's building up
good,
towards.
nice and ominous.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All of these clocks are ominous.
And because there's also the home for dinner thing, I'll only take it up 2, not 3. All right.
Yeah.
But your father is like, if he like looks at your mother, who is cold and yet also doesn't want a scene.
Oh, I think explicitly she doesn't want a scene. That's the main concern.
Yeah, she's like holding his shoulder tightly while you're
talking. I think it's the hand across the table.
Okay, it is that.
And she's standing, getting out of her chair to calm him down would be unseemly.
Yes.
There's a guest in the house. It's a simple tap on the hand like that is enough.
1 semester. And if this doesn't work out, you move to business school. He looks at you, Grind, like, I am paying for his school. This is my decision. This is what I'm saying. He's not looking at you for permission.
I'll learn all of the numbers and tick all of the boxes on the abacus.
He knows that's not how it works. And then
he knows I know that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Okay. It says 1 semester. Very well. At this point, we see dessert is brought in, and it's a lovely, like grown using some of the radiant energy, like strawberry pie, which is like not cheap.
No.
Like genuine fruits is, and most fruits at least that don't easily grow underground. Yeah, no, not cheap to buy.
I don't think any fruit grows underground.
I can't think of any. I'm just saying it just in case I'm wrong.
Just by how fruits work.
Yeah. You're given a nice and expensive.
Grind doesn't eat any of this. He's just like, that's wonderful. And he just like pushes it around with his fork. Doesn't trust radiant energy grown stuff. He knows what that is.
Something wrong? But the mother asks, like.
No, I have allergies to certain.
Oh, I'm so
fruits,
sorry. And you made like immediately whisks your plate away as soon as the word allergies is said. Like, I'm so sorry. We'll get you something else. And you're brought like.
And I do not bother. No. I'm watching my figure.
They bring you something anyway, because of course that's what the hospitable thing to do is. All right. Dinner becomes less tense over time, and as it is done. You would they treat you well enough, or like would you settle into the lounge with the glasses of whiskey, Hicks, or do they not treat you like that?
It would be, I think, more of I'm not explicitly told to leave, but they'll retire at some point.
Okay, so like it's getting late, we best retire, and then that's the.
It was nice having you.
Go. Yeah.
I'm still like because I still have like a room here and stuff, and they're not gonna just straight up kick me out.
No, they let you decide. But
the thing I wanted to do, though, is I wanted to break into my father's office and drink a bunch of his nice whiskey.
Is that your reducing stress?
Yes. After they leave, I look at Grind and it's like, would you care for a nightcap?
And looking around at like all the opulence, I'm like, yeah, I think I would like to taste some of your father's special reserves.
This way, then. And I lead him away from the dining room, not towards the kitchen, towards my father's office. And with a quick move, I take a knife out of my pocket and I jam it between the door frame and the door, and I jimmy the lock.
That's great.
Because their fancy locks don't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
And my infiltrator ability?
Nope.
Why do I feel like part of that ability was just so you could have this scene?
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never.
We invite our son home for dinner, and then look what he does. Just one night apiece.
Yeah, I'll spend the coin because that's just mechanically how reducing stress works.
Yeah.
You can only do it as a downtime action. So
buy a nice new lockpick or something.
It costs me in some way that I do this. My parents send me a bill or something.
They send you a bill for the lock you broke.
Well, for the whiskey.
For the whiskey.
Oh, the whiskey, yeah.
And I pull out like a nice crystal carafe. Or not a carafe, it's whiskey, it's a decanter. A nice crystal decanter that he has on his side cart, and I pour us a couple glasses of some like barley that was grown when the sun still existed.
Yeah, they probably have like real ice here.
That's over a millennia old.
That's some good whiskey.
Wait, is it a millennia? Okay, sorry, it wouldn't be a millennial.
It's been 1,000 years.
It's been like,
yeah.
Right.
Well, this town is over a millennia old. The Cataclysm was about like 800 years ago.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's grown. It's actual whiskey. It's an actual rye whiskey grown with like rye and stuff. Meaning you have to have like potato vodka is easy to make because you grow the potatoes underground. They don't require a lot of light.
Yes.
But like a grain base means you have to grow the grain.
Yep.
Without sun.
Yep. So it's either very recent with like it's either radiant energy, or it would be like using an electroplasmic lamp, which would be a recent invention.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how the whiskey was produced, the whiskey is very expensive. I pour.
You
nice.
guys enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I indulge my vice.
Please
I get trashed on my father's whiskey.
Overindulge. You get a +1 from Grind being there too. You get an extra.
Oh, do I? Now I'm gonna hit it again. I get 2.
Oh, there it is.
Now I overindulge.
You get to choose.
Oh,
You have more than 6
no.
or less.
I have 5.
It's 5.
5 stress.
I have 5 stress.
Beautiful.
The most dangerous number of stress. All right.
So like halfway through the night, Grind's like, I'm gonna leave, and you just sit there drinking in the dark.
Yeah, you get to choose what happens when you overindulge. Just like your dad catch you in the office. And now, like after Grind's left, now is the making a scene thing. Or let's see what we've got.
Where's the? It's after.
Yeah.
It's after.
Yeah,
It's attract trouble. Select an additional engagement, brag about your exploits +2 heat, lost, play a different character until this one returns from their bender, or tapped, your current purveyor cuts you off, find a new source for your vice.
So, yeah.
I don't think tapped makes much sense here.
Tapped doesn't make a lot of sense. I could see attract
brag
trouble.
makes the most sense to me. You're drunk and you're like, fuck you, Dad. I took on some spirit wards the other day. But you're drunk.
Attract trouble could work. Indigo, it's up to you.
See, Taft makes the most narrative sense, but also this wasn't my normal vice purveyor.
Exactly. Unless your dad had a talk with your current vice purveyor and told them to cut you off.
Oh yeah, you go on a bender in the house breaking shit, and they go around to all the bars being like, "You don't serve that kid."
Okay, all right.
He's turning over a new leaf. He's going to be a scientist now. You don't serve him. We need to make sure he's on the straight and narrow.
I'll take that. Yeah, he went to what's my bar?
The Harping Monkey.
Yeah, he went to the Harping Monkey and told Pucks like, "You're not to serve my son."
Yeah.
It was more the go-to. He would never do that. He sends a letter to the Harping Monkey addressing Puck Bolin. It's like, here's this check.
Legal action.
Here is this banknote. You are to take this. You are to deposit it, and you are never to serve my son again.
Yes.
No more trivia night for you.
No, we lost trivia night.
They also had trivia night at Kellen's. We heard. So you'll have to settle for Kellen's.
Oh, no problems.
Yeah, is your new purveyor just Kellen's Tavern?
I don't know. I don't have
a figure it out when you next.
I don't have a vice. I have to find a new vice now because vices are connected to their purveyor.
Yeah.
So I have to find a new vice and purveyor.
Yep.
So you just have to find a new source for your vice.
Yeah.
It's up
find
to
another bar.
Or I can switch vice.
Yep.
We'll see. We will see.
Do you go into more hardcore drugs now?
Yeah, we'll see.
Dad,
I currently have
the alcohol. I never would have found out how awesome cocaine was if it wasn't for that.
I currently have no stress. So we will see where this adventure takes me as far as vice is concerned.
Fair. Okay. Any other downtime actions for anyone?
I never would have known how good cocaine was.
See, we reduced the stress. We reduced the heat. Did we reduce the heat enough?
Our heat is.
Your heat was reduced by 2.
Yeah, we've got
5 heat out of
9.
Enough to do a
we get
low
3.
heat job.
Yeah, if we get 4 heat, we get a wanted level. Keep that in mind if we don't do anything about it.
Do we have an idea of what sort of a job we want to be doing next?
A real low key one.
I think we need some turf.
I'd vote for the Ink Rakes socialized party.
Yeah, we could do Ink Rake.
I'm fine for newspaper party.
Okay.
Shoot, what would that get us? What would the angle be?
Yeah, what are you going for it? Are you?
I think the original thing was the idea of getting the consulate more back on our side.
Right.
Probably.
We wanted to run
so +1 with
stories.
consulate and the Ink Rakes would be your poll.
Yeah, we're trying to ingratiate ourselves.
Before you decide that, we do have a thing. Just a quick notice for Grine as you were working for Hutton a bit more. He has more security on him than before, and and I think you find out either by asking or someone mentions to you, there are rumors of informants from somewhere in amongst some of the people that are involved in either the grinders. Like someone amongst the Skovlanders is informing someone else. They don't know who, but someone's a narc or someone's a
rat.
A rat. That's what it is. Someone's a rat. And
in the grinders, you're saying there's a rat in
they
the grinders.
don't know which. It's in one of Hutton's 2 factions.
Oh, okay. So it could be the revolutionaries.
They don't know who.
Right. Okay.
So the angle for the party could be simple as we throw a big party. We also supply the party with tinctures and such to make it a vice fueled time. We throw the party to ingratiate ourselves, but also we make a profit off of it by doing the thing that we're supposed to do and sell stuff.
I was thinking we could use the opportunity to sell guns to the revolutionaries.
Use the party
all of the top tier Skovland refugee revolutionary people are going to be here.
Okay, that works too. Yeah, we use it as a cover. We use the party to get in good with the Ink Rakes. We provide food. We provide drinks. We provide other indulgences
and the consulate.
Yeah, well, the Ink Rakes, and then when the party's going on, no one will notice a couple people walking out the back door with a couple crates that we have supplied them filled with rifles and ammunition.
Part feels a bit distant because you get in good with them, and then you hope that good word for you on the newspapers will
Okay.
also make the consulate more likely to like you.
Yeah,
That
I think it's
would
just
probably be too distant for an immediate job.
Yeah, ink rakes and coin are the goals.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to go to break and talk about it more?
I think it's a good time to go to break.
Yeah, and talk about it less. We just do the detail, the score, jump in from there.
Right. I mean, like, get
Oh yeah, I was just trying to figure out what the goals were, because that seems to be an unwritten thing that needs to be clear with the job, because otherwise you don't make it.
What are you actually? What's the aim of the job? So that's also true.
And do we want to skip free play? Do we have anything pressing there?
I'm out of free play stuff.
I wanted to see
one thing.
Okay, yeah. Some people want to talk to Adric, so let's have that first.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Okay. We can come back.
We'll go to break, but
Yeah.
after the break, but before the score.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Sounds
be
good.
right back in a few minutes.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back in 5.